Man, okay. So, how was y'all? How was y'all last week, man? How was y'all last week?
Oh, it was cool, man. It's kind of bittersweet. My cousin's birthday was yesterday, right? So he passed away. And then
R.P. Cuzzo.
yeah, absolutely. And then we had a birthday party for my sister. It was yesterday.
Sister every day?
Sister every day?
No, not sister
Okay.
every day.
That's the only one we really know. That's the only
that's
sister we think you got.
Yeah, no, I got a whole bunch of. I got a gang of them. And so it was cool. Outside of that, yeah.
What about you, Mom?
I've been good, man. I've been cool. Been the missus' birthday coming up. And then my other homie, he finna be an OEN too. Yeah, he ain't got that too much longer. Got like how many more days? Yeah, nigga, we getting up there. You got less than 2 weeks. Matter of fact, you got 2.5 weeks.
I got 20 days, brother.
No.
20 days.
No. See, niggas want their time to be ONs. Now niggas don't want to be ONs.
No, it ain't that I don't want to be ONs. I just don't want. I want to be an ON on my time. You already there. You already in ON category time, man.
Yeah, but he gonna love it over here when he get over here because he gonna stop with all this bullshit. He already said it. He already like,
it don't stop. The bullshit don't stop. The shit talking won't. But you know.
you finna stop going back and forth with the motherfucker.
Oh yeah. We already.
Your time finna get limited. You ain't finna be sitting right here like, nah, I can't do that with. No, I got shit to do.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Be Humble said, son made it official. He will be attending Temple University in the fall.
Oh man, hit him with a round of applause, man. Temple in Philadelphia.
Yeah, love to see that right there.
Down the street from North. Hey, tell him to send me back a cheesesteak or something, man. shit, Temple in the fucking hood.
It is?
Hell yeah.
You know, every day know where all colleges at. Like, that's just his thing. Yeah. Geographic-wise, nigga know where all the railroad tracks at, all the high bridges, all the low bridges, know where all the back roads at, and all the colleges.
Yeah, Temple, like, no, we happened to bump into Temple. It was, because, we in Philly, me, the wife, and the kids, and we just, eating cheesesteak. And it was like, all right, let's go to North Philly. But in order to go to North Philly, you kind of got to ride through Temple University. It's right around that area. So, but yeah, that's dope.
Did you guys see Sinners?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw man on bootleg.
What do y'all think? What would y'all rate it?
To me,
solid.
right? You saw? Go ahead, JB.
No, go ahead. I mean, y'all the movie buffs.
No, I just looked at it from the time it came on, and I saw Michael B. Jordan. I said Michael B. Jordan, for him not to be a real twin, killed that fucking role.
Went crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. From the time we cousins, nigga, that came on.
Hey, yeah, we could. No, we could.
Michael B. Jordan just put himself in another level to me when it come to acting. He did his goddamn thing in that movie. And anybody tell you otherwise, tell him to go kick rocks and go date a white woman. Yeah. But he did his thing. That's the first thing I looked at. I was just in amaze of like, bro, they standing right there next to each other, and how he's going back and forth, and like, nigga, you got to be a little bit of crazy to do this. This like, and I'm not putting him on that level, but this Eddie Murphy when he playing out on people at the table, worthy. Yeah, this is dope. And you don't hear many people talking about how he killed that role and he's not a real twin.
And he also, it was just two different personalities as well. You know what I mean? It wasn't like with Eddie Murphy, everybody was funny. Yes. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing. It was just two polar opposites, of course. So, just two different personalities. It was definitely.
And then you got the one twin that's the real on business and all this. You got the other twin that's like, okay, I know we got to do this, but we're going to have fun and we're going to always be fun. And he got to look out for him because he's always trying to get some pussy and sticking his tongue in cooters and stuff like this.
Hilarious.
That shit was funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Playboy, and he's the good brother.
Serious. Smoke was the serious brother.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Stack and Smoke.
Yeah.
Stack was the charismatic person, the playboy and the charismatic person. And Stack was the polar opposite. He's serious. He's about business and security. Yeah. Like, man, come on, man.
Yeah, that was solid.
He did his thing. That's a good movie. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to get on my Fire Stick. I want to watch it again because, like you say, I was so busy into the all of the characters and stuff. I really didn't see because I know we look at movies different. I didn't see I saw a little bit of all of the underlying stuff, but I know it was way more than I missed. But I was just really looking at it like, damn, this is really just a nice, solid, good film. Like for real.
Yeah. It was. What would y'all get on the scale of 0 to 10? 10 being the highest. Like how many?
Somewhere between 8.5, 9. I thought it was
just finna say that. Oh my God, I was finna say that. The 8 and 9. Some people will give it a 10.
The ending.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like they kind of rushed the ending. right? So, but I think overall it kept me engaged, and actually I felt teleported into that time during the 30s and shit like that.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. But remember when I said it's like a Black Dust Till Dawn? You can't tell me that wasn't like a Black Dust Till Dawn.
Well, he said it was inspired. You know what I mean? It had different scenes where it was inspired, but they definitely had their own, story. I can see the correlations and the parallel of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in general.
But it's just like when you get a white person's fried chicken or a white person's chicken and dumplings compared to a black sister chicken and dumplings. It's going to be the same dish, but you're going to taste a lot more foot, elbow grease, underarm fat, all in that sister shit. Yeah. You're not going to taste all that over here.
And to what you're saying, I feel as if Sinners made it feel more relatable.
Yes.
Right? Because it was history involved. It was a timepiece, not just a horror flick. It was a timepiece versus Till Dusk Till Dawn. It was just like, these is criminal niggas, getting caught up in some shit.
Yeah. Motherfucker said, keep your motherfucking voice down.
I would give it a solid. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 10 was because of the ending. Like, come on, you could have done better than that. Yeah, you could have made it make more sense.
No, I was shocked that they walked in there though. Was you shocked that they walked in there?
Yes,
I was. It did surprise me. Like, what the fuck? I thought he killed him.
It was.
You talking about the ending?
He's talking about the ending.
Okay, I'm talking about towards the last.
In the
water, that part. Like, I get you what you're saying.
Okay.
Like, they could have done that better. Made it make more sense. I'm okay with how it happened, but make it make more sense to the story.
See, like that's why I say it was like a Dust Till Dawn, because that's kind of how Dust Till Dawn came. When the sun came out, everybody started disappearing and dying because the sun was out.
Right. Yeah, and that's how vampires work.
No, it's not. It's not. Really not a horror movie, but it is classified under there. So
Cornbread was funny as fuck.
Yeah, he was.
So you ain't gonna invite me in? Say we out here jucking and jiving. Let me come in there and help y'all out. Just like the devil to come up in your house and fuck shit up when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
You know what's crazy? I had a stint where I was really into, I guess you could say, the vampire aesthetic. I like the whole. I was like reading about it, just watching shows about them and stuff, and certain things I knew was going to happen before they happened. As far as the vampires specifically, like,
hold on, because real quick, we may throw some spoilers in here. So, come back in 10 minutes.
Not you telling them.
Yeah, because
it's still fairly new, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I feel like shit that been out like 20, 30 years, and we talking about movies, like Nino Brown and killed, you know what I'm saying? Killed,
wait.
Oh, he didn't do it?
No, I ain't
okay, that shit been out damn near 40 years. That's the problem. Right.
Long as he been alive.
Oh, why you telling spoilers? This shit just came out. So, it is some spoilers. Go ahead.
But, okay, I'll say this, because it's not really a spoiler to the story. It's just talking about vampires in general. Once the first vampire came up to the club, I knew that the only way they were going to get in is if they were invited in, because just like a vampire law, that vampires have to be invited into a place that they don't own or that they have not already been invited to.
Right.
So I knew that's why they were standing outside and didn't just come in. Like, because vampires are super strong. If they wanted to get in, and they could get in, they could just push their way through. That was cornbread, right?
Yeah.
They could have just pushed their way through cornbread. They had to get invited in.
Right.
But then again, too, you know how I keep saying this, from Dust Till Dawn to that, it's like the black version. See, Dust Till Dawn was them outside singing in a circle. The black version was them inside getting it cracking. You feel me? How that music was to that music.
Yeah, and the one thing when I said last week, I was like, don't do too much. When they did the part about the music, and it started getting like, come on, don't do too much.
Oh, how they was going through different eras of music, African culture and all this stuff and all that. It was just like it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I liked it, but I'm like, all right, I don't.
Well, you can tell it was summing up something, and I think that's what they were trying to show, is that and not only does music, it transcends time too, right? So they was trying to show that it transcends in time, but then it's also conjuring, summing some things up.
That Coogee sweat he had on at the end was dope too.
Yeah, it was. They trying to bring Coogee back.
That shit was fly.
The acting in that scene, bro.
Yeah, that Coogee sweater was dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Acting in that scene was crazy.
And also what I take.
One of them ones,
Bro,
he wasn't the one.
Mount Rushmore, bro.
No, hold on. See that. I hate
he's in
niggas
mine.
like you. I hate see that one.
He's in mine.
Hold on though. Creed, he did good too, but just let's give him a little bit more time, okay? Pump the brakes. I understand where you're going, but it just need a little bit more, okay?
I get you. For me.
Okay, for you personally, I get you. I understand.
For me specifically, because just like to me, Chris Brown is the Michael Jackson of this generation.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan is the Denzel this generation to me.
I get you.
Because I've seen him in all different kinds of roles.
But what about Ryan Coogler though? This director, boy.
Right.
Because every movie he kind of do, he brings and finds a new. Like I've never seen that black woman before who was with the young boy, the preacher boy.
Yeah.
I've never seen. Who is she?
No, I think she's new.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. We can look up the cast.
Talking about the one Preacher Boy was munching on.
yeah. He say Smoke told me I want to talk to him. Smoke told me to do.
She say, "Hold on, I need to wash up first." I
want to taste the fish.
So
walking around that Mississippi sun all day and you munching, you bogus.
and she was dancing.
You bogus, and she having no drawers.
Salty.
And fishy.
It's okay. So that lady was her.
Yeah.
Jamie Lawson. Let's see.
I ain't even gonna say nothing because I can't say it on film. But when I saw it, I thought of one person.
Known for the Batman, Sinners, The Running Man. Oh, she was in Woman King.
Oh, she was?
Ooh, that movie.
Yeah, she doesn't have a whole catalog unless IMDb is missing something. But she doesn't.
That's the first one I kind of seen her like on. Because I don't go to the movies to see everything, but I guess you trying to see like you're gonna start seeing her a lot of stuff. And Ryan Coogler is good for doing that of like bringing somebody out that's not like that, putting them in the forefront, and they kind of take off a little bit.
One thing I can say is that I liked about it was, even though there was some slave elements to it, this wasn't about that. Like when they were riding down the road in the car and the slaves were on the side doing whatever
they was actually inmates.
That was a jail.
Yeah, it was inmates.
That wasn't no chain. That wasn't a slave.
And I was just using that as an example. As an example, like I'm glad that they didn't have that element in there because I'm
like
tired
they
of seeing.
slaves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And even though they had Cornbread picking cotton in the field, Cornbread just walked off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a sharecropper.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just man. And
Big picker. Yeah.
Then the last thing I'll say is somebody. And I think it was Andrew Schultz. I was listening to Brilliant Idiots. He pointed out that like one major theme or hidden theme about it that people might not have caught was that in a lot of cases, white people try to invade black people's spaces and change their culture.
Thanks. That's how it was.
And that's how it was with the vampires.
Yeah.
That's the whole theme of the vampires. They were trying to mess up invade what black people were doing and bring black people. Stop singing your music. Stop doing what it is. Stop enjoying yourself and come join us and sing our music.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I like it how it was all black towns though. You ain't see like everything they did was black. Like they getting their own money. They picking their own if so cut cotton for whatever like that. They had their own shops. They had their own little town where everybody was doing their own thing. Only person you seen was the little Asian people. They was in there with them. But other than that, you didn't see no white people like around doing anything. Mm-hmm. Everything was black.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. One thing I also can appreciate it wasn't no gay characters. Like what I'm saying, they didn't go out
their way. They
didn't play
that back then. They didn't play that.
They definitely played it, but what I'm saying, it wasn't crowbarred into this.
Yeah. It wasn't thrown in your face and like trying to act like it was natural, but you're really doing this on purpose.
Yeah. Only thing was I did see somebody in the community as they was playing and he was conjuring up the spirits or whatever. You could see one in the back there. He was definitely part of their community. But overall, I'm glad they didn't have to crowbar that into the.
Overall, it was just a dope movie. A really dope movie. Like that's one of the movies where now, because I usually don't want to see movies again, I would watch that again. Because I know you missed some things that you didn't see at first that you're going to see again in the second time you see it.
In my mind right now, I'm thinking of possibly going to see it again today.
Oh, at the movies?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't give you another $26.50 or nothing, Coogler. I'm sorry, but my pockets don't know that bitch. I can't do that. My pockets nah.
DHPX said that movie was dope. Only thing I didn't like was the Mexicans he had in there that was supposed to be Indian.
What was the Mexicans?
at the beginning when they came to the people's houses, like, is this person here? Give him to us.
Oh, he said them was Mexicans. I thought they was.
I thought they was Indians.
I really didn't pay attention.
I think they were Indians, but I think they were the Western Indians and not the traditional Indians that you would think.
Okay.
That was in the
He was in Mississippi.
Yeah, they weren't. They were like the Western, the ones those guys.
Yeah.
You know.
I was in my mind. I was like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Oh no, man. You never really never stops to amaze me, B. That's why I love keep coming back. He hit me with one every time. Oh my
DHS
God.
said you had it wrong. They wanted to appropriate the culture to assimilate, whatever the case.
Yeah, that one. But I like it too because the storyline, like Jerry Day used to say, that's what always used to happen. The Mississippi niggas come because they did something in Mississippi, come to Chicago. Mm-hmm. What they do, get in some more trouble, come back in 10 to 20 years thinking somebody forgot what they did in Mississippi because you got to come back home. You can always come back home.
What they say Chicago was?
It wasn't nothing but a motherfucking up north Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi with tall buildings.
Yeah.
Same type of white people, right? They're going to be racist. Chicago at that time, definitely very racist, right?
Because everybody was moving from Mississippi thinking it's a better life in Chicago. Yeah. That's all it was.
And to a degree it was, but it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, right? Yeah. You had your struggles and you was fighting against, those Irish and so on and so forth that was up here. And across different northern cities as well. It just wasn't Chicago. But Chicago, if you ain't got a family member from Mississippi or somewhere down in that delta or right off the Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, like that's what Chicago is. Most of their blacks is from.
Mm-hmm.
DHPX says TBH Spaces would have gotten bit by the vamps. I would not have, and I bet you would have because this was a black establishment and white people were trying to come outside or come into it, and you probably would have went outside and tried to fight them.
Facts. I ain't even gonna lie. You just get like, what y'all on? Let's get them, y'all. Let's beat them up. Yeah, you probably would have been on that. You probably would have been on that, DX.
All right, so let's see.